What's up, everyone? This is Corey, and I'm going to show you how to play One Hot Minute by Red Hot Chili Peppers. So, let's begin with the verse. Alright, so you're going to pick the open low E string. And then you're going to use your second finger to bend a C sharp on the G string 6th fret. Then, during the verses, you have this turnaround guitar part when Anthony sings, "Am I all alone?" They each begin with this chord progression. So you have a C chord with your first finger on the A string 3rd fret and third finger on the G string 5th fret. You slide that up 2 frets to a D and 2 more frets to an E. And then you have an A chord with your first finger on the low E string 5th fret and third finger on the D string 7th fret. Alright, and then there are 3 different ways to play the remaining part of the turnaround throughout the song. You can play this. Alright, so use your second finger for a C on the low E string 8th fret. Then use your first finger to bar the B and high E strings on the 8th fret. That's a G sus4 chord. Then you have 2 other sus4 chords. Use your first finger for an A on the 10th fret and your third finger for a B on the 12th fret. So that goes like this. Alright, and then the other 2 ways, you're going to use your 4th finger for that G sus4, so like this. Alright, and then the 3rd way is you descend chromatically from the E down to the C. So like this. Then next you have the chorus. Sitting in the fire. Alright, those are a bunch of 5th chords. You have an F sharp with your first finger on the A string 9th fret, third finger on the D string 11th fret, and 4th finger on the G string 11th fret. You slide that down 2 frets to an E. You have a B with your first finger on the low E string 7th fret, third finger on the A string 9th fret, and 4th finger on the D string 9th fret. And then slide that down 2 frets to an A. Alright, and then at the end of the chorus, you have this. Alright, both minor 7th chords. You have a C minor 7th with your second finger on the A string 3rd fret, first finger on the D string 2nd fret, and third finger on the G string 3rd fret. slide that up 2 frets to a D minor 7. So the second verse is nearly the same, but with a slight difference, and that's at the beginning when you transition into it from the chorus. You're going to strum that B sus4 and slide down like this. And then use your second finger for a D sharp on the A string 6th fret. You're going to bend it. And then play the rest of the verse like normal, so like this. All right, then the second and third choruses are also different. When you get down to that A 5th chord, you strum it once, then use your first finger for a B on the low E string 7th fret, slide it up 2 frets to a C sharp, and then back down to the B. And then use your first finger for an A on the low E string 5th fret, slide it up 2 frets to the B, and then down to an F sharp on the 2nd fret. So it goes like this. Then you have the minor 7ths. Then you have the bridge. So pick the open low E string, and then strum a D 5th chord with your first finger on the A string 5th fret, third finger on the D string 7th fret, and fourth finger on the G string 7th fret. Slide that up 5 frets to a G, go back down to the D, and then slide up 2 frets to an E, all while strumming the open low E string. Then you have the minor 7ths. And then the G sus4. And then pick the open low E string. And that's when you go into the interlude. When you pick that open low E string, you're going to bang on the guitar like this. Alright, and then pick a C on the A string 3rd fret. Slide up 1 fret to a C sharp. And then pick the open low E string again. And bang. And then as you transition into the final chorus, you play that C, D, E, A chord combo again. All right, and the rest of the song is basically everything we already learned. You have the last chorus, and then after that you have the coda, where you're just going to keep strumming the C minor 7th chord. And then finish by picking the open low E string with some banging again. And that's it. Next I will cover the song. Thanks for watching.
a few times spun around the sun. I come from Bauer,
Thanks for watching.